What's up, everybody? Hope you all had a great day. Getting into this episode of GH, I enjoyed it for the most part. Certain parts, um, I love the whole Davis girls getting together plus TJ. I think it would have been even better if Alexis could have made it, but I will take what I can get because we got Sam, Molly, and Christina all in one scene together, and we don't get that much often. So I'll take it. We don't get it very often, so I'll take it. Um, But before I even get into this episode, let me tell you how happy I am. Like, here I was at work, right? And I got the Cinemark app. Um, and I was gonna, try to buy a ticket to go see the new Creed movie, but them bitches is all sold out. So I said, damn. And then I remembered the new Scream movie come out next Friday. So I said, oh, they got advance tickets. I said, but I can't go on Friday because I have to work. So I said, you know what? Let me buy a ticket for the next day, for Saturday. Um, I done bought the damn ticket, and I was happy as shit that they still had some seats left because them seats are filling up fast. Like, people are buying them tickets quick, and I love the top row of the theater. I love that part. So that's the first thing I go for is the top row because once those top rows are all booked up, I'm just assed out because I hate sitting in the middle and I hate sitting at the bottom. So it got to be the top or nothing at all for me. I'm just saying, I can't sit in the middle. I don't like being in the middle. I don't know. It's a pet peeve of mine at the movie theater. I like being way up top. That's just my thing. Like, my back got to be up against a wall. You know what I'm saying? I like to see everybody. I like to survey the theater. Because you never know. I mean, shit should be popping off. So I'm happy. Got my ticket. I said hallelujah. Because that new Scream movie look like it's gonna be good too. So anyway, back to GH. Yeah, I'm happy that they all got together. They celebrated Molly and TJ's anniversary. But I was side eyeing everybody up in there because Sam wasn't drinking alcohol. She was drinking sparkling water, talking about, oh, she's not feeling well. She's under the weather. I said, oh God. Soon as she said that, I said, this heifer pregnant, or she might be pregnant. I said, oh Lord. Then Molly talking about she got a little stomach bug and she took a little glass of alcohol or whatever, and then she immediately switched over to water. And Sam noticed that she switched over to water. I said, you got to be shitting me. Both of y'all pregnant or might be pregnant at the same time? What the hell? Um, Christina was looking through Sam's bag for desserts and stuff, and she found a pregnancy test. I said, oh God. And she confronted her about it, but just then Dante asked and walked in there, so she had to hide the test. I was like, oh my God, do we not have enough babies on this show? Like, we done went through Esme just giving birth, and we just went through Willow giving birth. Why do we have to have all these pregnancy storylines every year? I don't get it. 2, 3, 4 pregnancy storylines in 1 year? Come on now. Um, in the span of a year, like that's just too much. I'm like, can we at least take a year or two away from the baby stuff? I'm just saying, we got enough babies. Like, can we just take at least a year? You know what I mean? Like, it's a little ridiculous. And it's ironic too because I had a feeling they were gonna go this route today when Dante and Chase were talking, because he made it known that Olivia had baby fever and she was pretty much, putting the pressure on him and Sam to have one, asking, oh, are y'all gonna have a baby? When y'all gonna have a baby? All this stuff. And now it looks like that might actually happen. I'm like, oh Lord, Dante and Sam having a child, which is weird as shit because, like most of y'all know, Dante and Sam having a child and his daddy and Sam had a child. I'm like, that's a gross. That is gross. That is nasty. If Lila was here, little baby Lila was here, if she was still alive, that would be Sonny's daughter, and Dante's child with Sam would be related. Like, Sonny's daughter and granddaughter or grandson would be siblings. You know how gross that is? That is gross. Like, you talk about keeping it in the family. I'm like, damn. They, whew, that would have been awkward. But anyway, um, It's crazy though. Sam and Molly might be pregnant at the same time. Good Googa Mooga. I'm like, can you imagine? The Davis girls pregnant at the same time. And I did feel bad for Christina too, because both her sisters are in committed relationships and she's just single. I felt bad for Christina. I mean, don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with being single, ain't nothing wrong with that. But Christina's a good looking woman. You know what I'm saying? She could pull any chick or dude that she want. And I feel like, it sucks that she's single and we barely get to see her. I just think she's, she getting dealt a bad hand on this one. I felt like she need more. Um, so anyway, moving on from that. Speaking of Dante and Chase, they was up in the steam room and whatnot, and I totally agree with Dante. I feel like Chase needs to back off a Link. You know what I mean? Because him taking Link down or trying to take him down, that's not gonna bode well for his reinstatement. He already had issues with Link, and it's already on record that he had issues with him. So if he continues to have issues with him, it might not do him any good. You know what I mean? Like, it might not help his case to get back on the force. So he has to tread lightly at this point. Very lightly. So anyway, moving on from that, BLQ, it sucks that she can't fully be herself with Chase, because I did like them together, but it just feels like she's worried about what Chase is going to think or say, like he's going to judge her because once again she chose her career over, doing what's right. You know what I mean? And that's what he was pissed about the first time around. I'm like, at the end of the day, I just think that's who BLQ is. I just think that she's a careerist. You know what I'm saying? She's huge into her career. And I just feel like she's never had a real relationship like that before. It's always just been, just dudes that she either dated or slept with maybe, or, you know what I mean? She never had anybody that she really cared about like that, I think, until Chase popped up. So it's kind of hard for her. And she's a lot like Tracy, I feel. You know what I mean? Like, they both all about that career. You know what I'm saying? That's how Tracy was about ELQ. Tracy loved being in love, you know what I'm saying? But ELQ was number one for her. You know what I'm saying? That was her first love. And I feel like that's how it is with BLQ and her music. That's her first love. And, I feel like Chase is, if he wants to get back with her, or if that ever does happen, he's going to have to accept her for who she is. But I totally agree with Maxie. I mean, just because she signed an NDA with Link doesn't mean that she can't find a way around that to, expose him for the creep that he is. So I'm glad Maxie told her she need to go see a lawyer, and I totally agree. When Sasha came up in there or whatever, Sasha, I love how bold Sasha is. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sasha picked up on the tension between her and BLQ, and she wasn't feeling it. And I love how Sasha called that shit out. Instead of just sitting there, knowing that there's tension and not saying anything, she confronted her about it. She said, no, you need to stay and we need to figure out, like, what's the issue between me and you. You know what I'm saying? Why we got problems. Because she felt like BLQ just didn't fuck with her. Like, BLQ was being very short with her, and she wanted to get it out in the open. Like, what is your issue? And I feel like BLQ has a problem that don't nobody know about. Like, Chase and Sasha are not privy to this little issue that she has. It's like she's the only one with the issue and they don't even know what the problem is, because she feels like Chase is interested in Sasha, like, because they've been spending some time together or whatever. And Maxie felt like she was kind of bugging out a little bit. And I'm like, she is, because in my opinion, everybody knows Sasha doesn't have a whole lot of friends. She doesn't have any family really. So, she just lost a husband and a child, you know what I'm saying, within a year of each other. So I feel like it's just Chase being a friend. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's any romantic feelings there. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Could there be developing ones? Sure. Because it happens when you spend a lot of time with somebody. But for right now, it's just very platonic. You know what I'm saying? He's just being there for a friend. And I think BLQ is just letting her insecurities get the best of her. And I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad that Sasha confronted her about it, because, ain't no need of beating around the bush or tiptoeing around it. Put it out there. Put it on Front Street and get it on out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. Fuck all that beating around the bush. Let's talk about it. Let's put it on the table. And I highly doubt Sasha's even thinking about a relationship right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's still grieving her husband. She even went to his grave and stuff like that to, tell him how Heather Weber was caught and, she's not going to hurt anybody for now. But yeah, I'm glad that they getting it out in the open. That's how you handle business. Put it all out there. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, moving on from that, I love that little scene between Robert and Diane. I definitely feel like it's something brewing between them. You know what I'm saying? Because even Diane kind of wanted to know, like, what's this little breakfast date we got going on? You know what I'm saying? And Alexis was wondering the same thing when she popped up on them. Like, was that business or was that personal? Um, I'm feeling Diane and Robert. I really am. I'm feeling them, and I hope that something develops between them. Diane deserves love. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't had no good loving since her and Max broke up. I miss her and Max. Like, her and Max were funny as shit as a couple, especially during like the 2007 era. They were funny as hell. Like, Sonny could not stand them being a couple. Like, he just, it grossed him the fuck out. But I loved it. They were kinky. They were funny. I missed them together. But I'm open to her and Robert because I like the chemistry between them. And it's time that Robert moved on romantically with his life. Instead of being in limbo. So anyway, Alexis was talking with Diane and stuff like that because she just can't figure Gregory out. Like this whole thing with the board, like why the school won't let him be a part of the invader and stuff because Gregory pretty much told her like teaching is his first love. You know what I'm saying? That's what he loves doing and he doesn't really want to give that up. And he just told Alexis to let it go, you know? And Alexis can't let it go. Once he asked her to let it go, I knew she wouldn't because Alexis is hard headed. So they were talking about the article and whatnot, and he was thinking that maybe she should talk to Kevin and get an interview with him or something like that, and she wants to do a follow-up interview with Esme. But I had a feeling once he told her to let this go, I knew Alexis wasn't gonna let it go. And you should let something go when even Diane tells you to let that go because Diane told her, she was like, listen, if Gregory wanted to work for the invader and the school wouldn't allow it, there's ways of making that happen. There's other options, and the fact that he didn't try to exhaust those options, maybe that's because he really doesn't want to work for the invader. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why Diane even told her, let that go, you need to stop. But of course Alexis won't, and I feel like she gonna end up digging up something that maybe Gregory didn't want her poking around in. You know what I'm saying? So I think something going on with Gregory because he popped up at the hospital and stuff like that, which I found odd because I'm like, why would Gregory be at the hospital? Maybe he was getting a routine checkup, but I feel like he was acting very suspicious. So I'm like, what you up to? Like, does he have a medical condition somebody don't know nothing about? Or is he up to something nefarious? Because whatever it is, it can't be good. So I wonder if Alexis is going to stumble upon it. So anyway, moving on from that. So anyway, they are playing the hell out of Eileen at this point. The deputy mayor, they are fucking with her good, and I'm loving it. Like, they are straight up messing with her mind. It got her so rattled. Like, look at the way she looked. Like, she just looked like she ain't slept in days. She look all disheveled. Usually she look put together and stuff. Since Anna been haunting her ass, she just looked like she all out of sorts. I'm like, damn, they got this lady spooked. So Laura pretty much told her, like, Anna's body was brought in or whatever, and she just can't bear to, identify her, and the other family members can't do it or whatever. So she need Eileen to do it because Eileen felt like Laura wasn't trusting her with major stuff. So Laura was like, now I am. So go identify the body. So she went down to the morgue. She pulled that sheet back. Did y'all see the way Anna was looking? That corpse? I said, oh shit. They did a good job with her makeup to make her look like that. Cause I said, yeah, she looked like she was a straight zombie about to pop up from the dead. Like, they did a dope job with the makeup. So then the lights started flickering on and off and all this bullshit started going on. And then when the lights came back on, you see a ghost, like a vision of Anna in a ghostly form. I love the special effects they did with this shit. Like, Eileen looked like she was about to shit herself. Like, they are playing with the hell out of this lady mind. I could see Eileen now busting in the Jordan office at the PCPD saying, I see dead people. And Laura went to go tell Robert. She was like, "Shit, I think our plan working." She said, "If everything go according to plan," she said that shit working. They got her ass rattled. I know I would be. Let some shit like that happen. Phone calls from the deceased and all that shit. I'll be running for the hills. Hell no, you is not gonna fuck with me. I don't do ghosts. I don't play with that paranormal shit. Hell no. Let me see a ghost. I'm out. Speedy Gonzalez. Pew. I'm out the door. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Peace.